mark, I'm academics. Can't ride no.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah. Okay. What the hell was that? It was on the Jasmine brand post. Let me see. Not 4 days ago. It was something recent. Oh, I guess Wendy Williams. Okay, let's talk about Wendy Williams for a little bit, right? So Wendy Williams, it's actually very sad that was happening to her. I don't know the full story, but there's been rumors that based on like a very strained relationship with her and her husband and other things, maybe possibly some drug use. She spoke about drug use in her book that she released previously, and she was doing a very successful show on network TV. We all know she came from radio, and essentially what happened is that now she's now elevated to the point. Well, she left the show and she was doing radio, goes to network TV, doing a great show, and then she ultimately leaves that show randomly, and people were kind of really thinking what's going on with her health, right? What we've now found out is that there's a whole bunch of stuff happening, including one of the things we usually don't like to hear about artists, like conservatorship. Am I saying that wrong? Probably saying it wrong. Anyway, it says Wendy Williams guardian. So basically, like, I think at one point her bank, right? Like Wells Fargo was trying to take it. Like, I don't even know this could happen. If your financial institution says that you're someone with significant wealth and they deem you unfit to spend your own money, they could actually ask the court to monitor your money. You get what? It's crazy. So, I think she has a guardian, which is kind of like this is all crazy. They did something of the sort to Britney Spears, but let's read. Wendy Williams' guardian is taking legal action against Lifetime parent company just days before emotional documentary. Now, granted, by the way, there's a documentary that just came out about her, where Wendy Williams, where's Wendy Williams is going to premiere on the network. By the way, people have been asking that question. A woman named Sabrina, woman named, can I find it again? Okay, I'll open it one more time. Man, I rock with Wendy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I rock with big Wendy, man. Here we go. A woman named Sabrina Morisi filed a lawsuit against Annie television networks, identifying herself as the temporary guardian of WWH, which is identified to be Wendy Williams Hunter. She also filed a temporary restraining order, a move that appears to be an attempt to block the two-part project from airing. However, Morrissey filing is sealed, so it's unclear to the public what she's doing for exactly. A hearing is scheduled for next week, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they don't want this new documentary to come out because they feel like it showcased Wendy in a very bad state. But I've been hearing mixed messages that Wendy is cool with the documentary, okay? Now, we did see certain stuff like pop up. Like, first of all, there was a clip where she was talking to there's a clip where she's talking to Black China, and Wendy Williams is someone who likes to be in extreme glam, which means she got her hair done, makeup done, all that type of stuff. But in this clip, she is not looking as people normally see her look, and it says she took off the wig and teared up during this emotional reunion. This was incredibly sad to see. Again, you saw me in the comments that Wendy till ago. In reality, as I said, I just historically give Wendy so much credit for pretty much a lot of this media stuff that I see a lot of people doing, including myself. We get Charlemagne from that school. She's the GOAT. You feel what I'm saying? Just so many people. And, if you know anything about her, to see her in this state is quite shocking. And I don't know necessarily what it is from you hear all type of stuff. The husband was taking advantage of her. The husband, bought a Ferrari for his side chick with her money. Oh, she was on drugs, so he kept her drugged up while he did. I don't know all these things to be true or not true. So we could only take it as rumors and speculation. But that clip alone was very alarming, if you ask me. And let me see what else that came out. So after that, give me a second. After that, we had this about the Guardian trying to block it, right? So the Guardian's trying to block that, and then it says fans are sending Wendy love following her dementia diagnosis. So apparently she was diagnosed with dementia. Let's see if I could Google that. Wendy Williams dementia. That's crazy. Wendy Williams diagnosed with primary progressive. Oh my God, fucking hating ass bitches. Here we go. Can I use this extra? Okay. Wendy Williams' former attorney is concerned about her ex-client, alleging that the famed talk show host's health severely declined since she's been placed in a guardianship. The entertainment lawyer posted an old Instagram video where it showed Wendy in bed, and let me read this. This is apparently her old lawyer. It says, "I waited this decision for a very long time. I've kept silent because I've been threatened with physical and financial harm, but I just couldn't keep silent any longer. While Wendy was in Miami with her son, I would often witness candid moments of their mother and son dynamic. I could tell that he loves his mother so much, and as you can see, the feeling was mutual. You can see the difference between Wendy's well-being during her time here in Florida with her son caring for her and the lack thereof in New York under this guardianship. These Wendys are not the same. How did her health deteriorate so quickly? And why isn't her only child allowed to be by her side? She wasn't like that when he cared for her. Ask the hard question." I took this video literally 2 weeks before Wendy was court ordered to return to New York to respond to a guardianship petition filed by her bank. Okay, we're going to get into that in a little bit. Sink that in. My mother passed away on October 1st, 2022 from complications related to her ALS diagnosis, and I feel blessed and grateful that I was able to spend every second I could with her before she left this earth. If Wendy's diagnosis is true, now more than ever, her son should be allowed the same grace. He deserves it. And more importantly, Wendy deserves it. It says this footage belongs to me. I captured it. Let's watch the footage.
I like the company I keep there, and I do what I can.
Okay.
I do what I can.
I see you looking real healthy now.
Please, Kevin, please.
Yeah, but you also like how it's really private, because I know you like gyms if they're private, of course.
Yeah, I like it, and I also like food, which is why I've got to keep on my routines with going to the gym,
Yeah, and like how have you been eating? Like, because everyone looks at you, you have beautiful skin. Like, people want to know what's the secret.
Thank you. I'm not giving you points for saying that to me. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I'm trying.
No, but it's. I was born, and I like the company I keep.
Okay, now also we got to point out she has on a wig here, and she looks like maybe she's done some stuff, or I don't know. I'm not a woman, so maybe makeup or something like that. Because in the other video, the one where she's just kind of like sitting there and talking to Black China, she looked very different. But that might just be the difference in makeup and having a wig on, I guess, right? Let's Google that. Let's Google Wendy Williams guardianship. Let's see about that. Okay, I wanna go back to when it was actually granted. It was a while ago. Here we go. Hollywood Reporter. We probably have to go to another website. Oh, never mind. It's not gonna recognize my ad blocker. Perfect. Okay, so Wendy Williams placed under okay, so it's a financial guardianship, right? TV host claims misconduct by Wells Fargo, right? An attorney for the TV show host claims her client is of sound mind and health and that the temporary guardianship isn't necessary. She accuses Wells Fargo of lying and continue to control Williams' finances. The chain of events that culminated this week with the installment of the financial guardianship over Wendy Williams' finances started with a simple request from the TV personality to check her bank statements, according to attorney LaShawn Thomas. Williams suspected misconduct by her financial advisor, wanted to switch banks, but needed her most recent statements to do so. When Wells Fargo refused, It claimed in a petition for guardianship that Williams is an incapacitated person. The bank argued that she is the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. A New York judge on Thursday appointed a guardian over Williams' finances until July. The temporary guardian had been in place since March when the judge agreed with Wells Fargo that it was necessary while the case is pending. Wow, why would the judge agree? When he doesn't agree, When he doesn't agree with the financial guardian being appointed, Thomas told The Hollywood Reporter, if the court's intention is to have one appointed over her affairs for the long haul, she definitely isn't going to accept that. In an affidavit to the New York Supreme Court, she said that they improperly denied her access to her money, leading her to default or risk defaulting on several bills. She accused Wells Fargo financial advisor of lying to say that she's mentally unstable as a basis to lock her out of her account. What the fuck? Wells Fargo in 2020 agreed to pay a $3 billion. Okay, that's their issues. Whatever happened with that? Okay, there's been a lot of drama going on with this. I'm just trying to get like the backstory a little bit. Wendy Williams' manager.
Well, the first thing you do is call an online publication?
Wendy Williams' manager addressing her son, Kevin Hunter Jr.'s tabloid claims.
I'm not trying to have a debate with Kevin. I'm not here to be combative about, whatever allegations he has. He's entitled to his opinion. I'm just trying to say that us as adults, let's be responsible and let's actually utilize some common sense. Someone was near death, someone like your mother. Why would you go to an online publication to discuss it with them?
Kevin made headlines Tuesday when he made explosive statements about his mother's team in an interview with the U.S. Sun. The 22-year-old accused them of taking advantage of her health while she allegedly struggled with alcoholism and encouraged her to work despite her health issues.
People forget that she deals with lymphedema. People forget that she deals with grave disease. We should at least exhibit some type of care or at least acknowledgement, for someone who's going through a lot.
Right this way, it'll happen to you.
But according to Wendy's manager, Will Selby, her finances are well protected.
Wendy is under a guardianship. Everything that she does gets approved by the guardianship, a court-appointed guardianship. So no one, even if they wanted to, could take advantage of her. Everything has to get approved by that court. So any type of business dealings that we do have to get the guardianship to sign off on it. So how could anyone take advantage of her?
In a statement to ET, Wendy's publicist, Sean Zanotti, also weighed in on the Sun interview, saying, "This publication has released false narratives, which is a disturbance to the public and is unprofessional and unethical." And as far as Wendy's alleged
to be her best. She's taking it day by day.
I felt like I could do this.
Kevin's accusations have some wondering if Wendy's aware of it all.
If she talks to me, if she asks me about it, then yeah, we'll have a conversation, but that's not her concern. She's only thinking about things that she wants to do in her life. She's only thinking about Wendy 2.0 and her new chapter of her life. And
I thought Wendy was going to sign a huge podcast deal, but it looks like maybe her health maybe got in the way.
The things that she wants to accomplish, and that's our focus.
I have options out the wazoo that I did not have back then. Mm-hmm. And I have clarity like I've never had before.
As far as Wendy's health goes, Wendy's manager says things are looking up.
She's in good spirits. She's happy.
By the way, this was last year. I'm trying to figure out why was a guardianship needed? I think people were spending wild amount of money. That's what I'm trying to figure it out. So her family doesn't like the court-appointed guardianship. Oh, the judge ruled that they could air it. I guess we will see. Let me see if there's any more clips of this thing. Where is Wendy Williams? Here's an official trailer, I guess.
From 6 years old, all I wanted was to be famous.
A Lifetime 2-night documentary event.
Showtime.
Executive produced by Wendy Williams.
Well, she's producing it.
Nobody can do it like Wendy. No one.
People love Wendy.
You are a star. She was in her living room every single day for 12 years.
Yep, I guess that'll do.
And that's what people responded to, her authenticity. And then at the peak of her career, she was gone.
Are we ready?
Yeah, waiting on you.
All right, and away we go.
Are you Wendy?
All I know is how to be famous. I really want to be back on television.
You're gonna be back on TV. That's easy.
My mom has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay always.
Wendy, make sure you look here. 1, 2, 3.
But in reality, there's something wrong going on.
Did you see a neurologist
to
find out if I'm crazy?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to sit down again.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money, and I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
Just crying out for help.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Keep it there.
Okay.
Keep it there.
My mom, she always talks about how she wants to work. I feel as though she's worked enough.
She has people around who are yes people and allowing this to continue.
This is all too much. Go! Fly! I have no idea where we are. This doesn't look like anything familiar.
I think she's losing memory. Have you guys noticed that?
How dare him? I control men. I weigh 138.
Anybody could look at her and tell this is not just alcohol. There's something more going on.
I miss my family.
Joe, that looked crazy. Like, imagine crying and like there's like a big ass camera in your face and the mic. Oh God, yeah.
No matter how many times somebody may fall down, you gotta let them back up.
We all make choices in life. We all go through our challenges. She's still a person.
How you doing?
That's my sister.
There have been random people around you stealing money from me.
Getting money, whatever the case may be. Enough.
Can you tell me where your sister is?
No, I don't know the exact location of where she is.
I feel like the guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
My life. My life.
Right now, she's weak and vulnerable, and she needs to be around people who aren't going to take advantage of that.
I have no friends. You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many people love you? No, I don't.
Everything is unfair.
I know.
I think that the guardianship system is broken. We are her family, and you tell me that I'm not capable of taking care of my sister. What would you do? What should I do?
I love being famous, but family is everything. So good to see you again, Dad.
It's good to see you, babe.
Everything.
Where is Wendy Williams? A 2-night.
Interesting. Wow. I remember Wendy Williams was so popular. She did a comedy tour, and I don't even know if she could tell jokes. Well, I mean, she was funny to her audience, right? Wendy Williams comedy stand-up. Yeah, she did stand-up. Like, that's how popular she was. Nigga, she had a fucking stand-up tour, my nigga.
You know, like if there was this guy, nice looking.
That's one of the reasons I was like, nigga, I want to be able to have an audience that I could do this if I wanted to. And that's why I say Wendy's like the fucking GOAT. Like, nigga, she did whatever she wanted to do.
Oh, like 6'5".
Yeah.
Hey, we went out like 4 times. He was trying to feel up and push up and everything like that. But I'm no, stop. No, stop. Fine.
They're laughing, I guess. All right. There's another clip. I'll play that in short. Let me see.
Former daytime star.
To me, it could happen to you.
The former daytime talk show host is opening up.
We're getting an exclusive first look at a new
Wendy Williams show.
I have no idea where we are.
And bouts of incoherence.
I have no friends. You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many people love you? No, I don't.
Some people are going to look at this and say, this is exploitation. She's being exploited. How could they do this?
Right. But I will say this, first and foremost. My aunt is the executive producer of this documentary. And she said, now is the perfect time because I want to take ownership of my story.
Our first caress.
For many, Wendy's story took a dramatic turn on Halloween of 2017 when she collapsed on her show, leading some to wonder whether Wendy, who openly talked about her health struggles and battle with alcohol and substance abuse, was in trouble. Her show went on. 2 years later, another setback.
I have been living in a sober house.
And you know I've had a struggle with cocaine.
Then a messy divorce, bizarre behavior, and long absences from the set followed. In early 2022, The Wendy Williams Show was canceled.
From 6 years old, all I wanted was to be famous.
Months later, those documentary cameras began rolling, with Wendy hoping to reveal a career reboot. But that's not what producers found.
Did you have a liquid lunch? Because I came into your room, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I happened to notice one of your specialty items. So you think you're perfectly fine having as many drinks as you want?
Perfectly.
Okay. But I'm just gonna put it downstairs and keep it cool.
Keep it there.
Okay.
Is she an alcoholic?
So in terms of being alcoholic, I don't want to categorize her because, I'm not a medical professional, but what I can say is that my aunt has had some unhealthy habits when it's come to alcohol.
They discovered a lonely, agitated woman.
People will look at this documentary and wonder, where's her family?
Right.
How come family's not there saving her?
Because family was shut out.
We would take responsibility with regard to guardianship and personal needs to ensure that she was healthy. I'm not talking about her money. You put the money over here.
A New York judge appointed a guardian to manage her life and finances. That action coming after her bank, Wells Fargo, claimed in 2022 court documents that Wendy was a victim of undue influence and financial exploitation.
The court is going to look at the best interest of the individual. It will be based on the evidence that's presented as to how the family was helping Wendy Williams at the time.
If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
Overnight, Wells Fargo telling ABC News this matter was conducted under seal. Any claims against Wells Fargo have been dismissed.
There was talk that Wells Fargo got involved in this because they thought either her son, Kevin Jr., or somebody was taking advantage of her finances.
Hey, yo, give me 1 second. I'm gonna play this.
So there's the
this nigga Pluto just like fucking because I had him on my deck. He just like fucking opened my door. So let me make sure he's secure real quick.
Wendy you knew.
How you doing?
And there's the Wendy that we're going to see in this documentary.
Well, my real name is Wendy Hunter.
It's not a very pretty sight.
It's not.
To see her go from that to that, for you as somebody who looked up to her, what's that like for you?
Hard. I think that people are going to see this documentary and it's going to be a departure from the Wendy that everybody has known.
Alex Finney, the niece and goddaughter of talk show icon Wendy Williams, speaking out about her aunt's private struggle.
I feel like I've been living in this secret bubble for a very long time.
Most people know Wendy as the larger-than-life, self-proclaimed queen of all media, host of her own namesake daytime talk show, The Wendy Williams Show. No celebrity off limits during her scorching hot topics.
Mariah, I don't know who you think you're fooling with this one.
And that signature catchphrase.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
But a new Lifetime documentary, Where is Wendy Williams, revealing the different Wendy family and those closest to her knew in the years following the cancellation of her television show. Lifetime's parent company now the target of a lawsuit just days before the documentary's premiere on Saturday. The company telling ABC News in a statement, Lifetime appeared in court today and the documentary Where is Wendy Williams will air this weekend as planned.
Did you see a neurologist to find out if I'm crazy? Mm-hmm.
In it, viewers will see a shocking portrait of Wendy as a lonely, agitated woman.
I have no friends. You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many people love you? No, I don't.
You are bigger than this. You are better than this. You are smarter than this. You are stronger than this.
Facing low moments, including excessive drinking.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Fits of anger.
No, die! I have no idea where we are.
And bouts of incoherence.
I think she's losing memory. Have you guys noticed that?
How dare him?
So with my aunt, some of the issues that are being presented in this documentary have been there before, but it just really sped up over the last 2 years or so and just mushroomed into something that felt uncontrollable. She definitely cognitively has some things that are off.
The 59-year-old now revealing through her care team that she has been diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia, a form of frontotemporal dementia, or FTD. Her team saying the decision to share her diagnosis was made not only to advocate for understanding and compassion for Wendy, but to raise awareness about the disease and support the thousands of others facing similar circumstances.
Frontotemporal dementia, it tends to affect younger people in their 40s to 60s. It's pretty rare, and it affects behavior like decision-making, personality, impulse control, and then it also affects communication skills. But most patients will have a mixture of behavioral and language symptoms.
Bruce, this way, please.
Golden Globe-winning actor Bruce Willis, an action star famous for the Die Hard franchise, also diagnosed with aphasia in 2022 and later FTD in 2023, forcing him to step away from his career in Hollywood.
I have to really give both Bruce Willis and Wendy Williams a huge amount of credit because what they have each done is been open about something that is not a glamorous diagnosis. These are not easy symptoms to talk about. For them to open up that discussion and allow people to learn about this disease is such a gift, and it's so important.
Alex sat down with me to talk about the documentary just before her aunt's diagnosis was made public.
Your aunt is known for her sizzling hot topics. There are probably some people who don't feel the most sympathetic toward her right now. Is that hard for you, hard for her, to know that some people think the woman who went after other people is now dealing with her own life of a hot topic?
I don't think that it's really hard for my aunt. I think she knows the bed that she made. And so you got to lie in it sometimes, right, when it comes to the court of public opinion. And she's used to that. And I also understand that everybody's entitled to their opinion. And my aunt was in a very controversial lane. At the end of the day, she is a person, and she doesn't deserve to be suffering the way that she's been suffering.
The documentary project initially setting out to capture Wendy Williams' career comeback. But instead appearing to chronicle her cognitive decline.
It is heartbreaking. Some people are going to look at this and say, this is exploitation. She's being exploited. How could they do this?
Right.
What do you say to that?
You know, and I understand that some people look at it and think that. But I will say this, first and foremost. My aunt is the executive producer of this documentary. And when I finally talked with her and I said to her, Aunt Wendy, why do you want to do this? She said, now is the perfect time because I want to take ownership of my story.
But does she have the capacity to take ownership of her story? Does she really know what she's doing, in your view?
I think that it comes in waves. And even in the conversations that I would have with her, right? Like that conversation was crystal clear when I said, why are you doing this? And she said, I want to tell my story. That conversation was crystal clear.
Owning her story has always been part of Wendy's brand.
From 6 years old, all I wanted was to be famous.
The proud Jersey girl going on to become a towering, often controversial figure in the world of hip-hop and R&B radio.
Denial is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay.
By the time Wendy Williams really has kind of risen to the cream of the crop in New York radio, there were some celebrities who were very bold enough to go and sit across from her.
One of them, the late Whitney Houston. Wendy, herself in recovery for cocaine use, pressing Houston about her alleged drug use in 2003.
Is there drug use going on at this present time?
Who are you talking to? Don't talk to me about that.
You are very defensive, Whitney.
I have to be, Wendy. You talk about me every day.
She talked to Nightline co-anchor Byron Pitts about the exchange in 2015.
I recognized the moment because I recognized the behavior because that was once me.
Addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Wendy Williams was on the air for nearly 14 years, which is amazing. Wendy Williams was just so over the top, and people love that. They loved the wigs. They loved that she actually owned up to wearing a wig at a time where no one else was saying they were wearing a wig. Wendy Williams was saying, honey, this is a wig.
Please, honey, look.
Wendy seen as an inspiration to many women in radio and TV, including her niece Alex.
I'm Alex Finney.
Who's an anchor at ABC's Miami affiliate WPLG.
She was always a beautiful guide for me in this industry and just as an aunt in general growing up. She instilled in me the confidence that I needed.
Our first caress.
But for many, the talk show host's story took a dramatic turn on Halloween of 2017 when she collapsed on air. Her hit show went on.
I did pass out, but you know what? I'm a champ and I'm back.
But 2 years later, another setback.
I have been living in
What
a
up?
sober house. And you know I've had a struggle with cocaine.
I love you, Wendy. You're the GOAT. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. You'll never hear me say nothing bad about you. You'll never hear me say nothing bad about you, Wendy. At least what you did for this industry. I rock with you. Somebody said, leave it to watch. Hey, I'm telling you, Wendy's an inspiration of mine. Listen, I know, yeah, she did female gossip. Hey, listen, it derived to what I'm doing. I'm sorry to tell y'all. You know, I like to pay homage to the people who came before me. All right, okay, cool. Get well, Wendy. We love you. All right. What else we got going on in the bit? What else we got going on? I feel like I do got more topics. Oh, we hit 6 hours. Well, not really, because I did like a 25-minute intro. All right, cool. Let me see what's cracking though. I'm geeking. That Drake song in my mind, bro. Yo, look at Kodak, bro.